First, more than 28 million households watched the first part of Harry and Meghan's bombshell Netflix series last week. And this morning, the second part was released. We've spent a lot of the morning watching it. I've been watching it on speed watching, so I've watched all 3 episodes that were released this morning. But, Carol, you've opted out of watching, haven't you?
Yeah, no, I'm boycotting it. Not actively, because I'm just not really interested. Honestly, I'm not. I'm just fed up with these two. They originally left the UK to go and live in America to preserve their privacy. And what they've done is they've sold it to Netflix and now trying to make everybody else interested in their story. And this is what annoys me about it, just watching that little clip there. It is their story. And, you know, if they want to tell it, they can tell it. I don't really care. Don't try and make me interested and don't try and manipulate me into thinking that what you're saying is necessarily true, because there is no other side to that story. And they know full well that the royal family never, ever respond to things like this. They don't complain. They never explain. That is their motto. They never do. So they know they can say what they like. And the thing is, I don't know if I believe it or not. I don't care. That's the point. I really don't care. And I want them to just have their privacy. You know, you're very welcome to it. If you want to sell your documentary, don't try and make me watch it. Because when I came in here this morning, it was like, you will watch it, you're going to watch it because you're going to talk about it. And I just thought, no, I'm not. I'm not.
We nearly got you. That's exactly how the conversation went this morning.
We nearly got her.
Yeah.
I don't mind talking about it, but I do think there's something quite sinister in what they're doing, in that they do appear to be trying to damage the royal family. There is absolutely no real reason for them to keep saying what they're saying all the time. Well, what is the point? What is their point?
One could argue is to get their point, you would need to watch the documentary. And I think that there's been a lot of
I know, but you would
talking.
say that.
No, but there's been a lot of talk. I mean, you know, before it had even been launched, there was a lot of talk about a documentary that hadn't been released yet. And then these 3 episodes, there's been a lot of talk about these 3 episodes before they were released. So, in order to, I think, to formulate an opinion and get your own opinion, doesn't matter what that opinion is, I do believe you have to watch it in order to be able to understand and come to a conclusion by yourself.
But you'll do that, watching that, based on that. You've got no other source of information.
You know you're in it, right? You know you're in the show. You're actually... That might convince you to watch it.
And I'm happy to be here. I'm really happy
No,
to
I
be
mean,
here.
you're in the Netflix. You're in the actual documentary.
In it?
Yes! The documentary.
Just your voice, your voice.
Oh, my God, I might watch it now. Seriously, I'm in it.
Yeah.
You are in it. And
Oh,
Judy's in
I'm in
it.
this show.
Was it like,
you're in the show.
How many people have watched it? 28 million.
28 million.
See, there you go. You've made it now.
Oh, my God,
Yeah.
thank you, Harry and Meghan.
She loves them now.
Well, Jude, you, both you and Frankie and myself, we did watch it this morning.
Yeah.
I was finishing off watching it during TM when This Morning was on. But what are your takeaway headlines from having watched it, Jude?
Well, listen, I'm here to watch it, OK? I know what snack I'm going to be eating later when I get home to watch the rest. And I think there's so many people that want to watch it. Look, I know people talk about they want their privacy and, you know, you're fed up of hearing their story, but the reality is what they feel is the media and so many other people has made a speculation about who they are and the perception of them, and it's been quite damaging for Meghan and could affect their relationship, affect them emotionally and mentally. And I think that everybody has a right to say their side. This is their side. Yes, I hear what you're saying, where you don't know if that's the truth, or you know the royal family they don't get to say their side. But this is their side, and from what I can see, they're more talking about the abuse and the kind of like portrayal about them that's been put in the media more than anything. And there's one thing that Harry said that it really got to me when he was talking about a statement that had been put out about him and his brother, that they're not in conflict, and he was shocked that this statement was put out without his awareness, without his signature. And I think with everything that I've seen in it, Harry said it himself, if you watch this and you've seen what's happened, you've heard what I've said, and you still can't see the reason why particular Meghan is being targeted, then he can't help you. And that's how I feel. I've gone past the stage of arguing with someone. If you watch this and you still don't have or come to a conclusion that someone's being treated a little bit differently, then I'll just leave you with that.
You'd have to take their word for everything, then, wouldn't you?
Not
Without
necessarily.
questioning
I'm
it. You're
just
not
saying
questioning
that.
it.
I mean, you've got someone that's talked and said that they felt suicidal. It affected their mental health. We've seen what Harry went through. Like, no matter what, this is someone saying things have affected them in such a way that they thought about taking their life. And still, to this day, people will still be saying negative things about Meghan and Harry. Even
What do
take
they
Meghan out of the
that's a big
situation.
part of it, though. I think they're trying to say to people that the way that the royal family works is outdated, and I think, and we can see that. Like, I think it's ridiculous that the royal family have done loads of stuff for mental health charities. They had their heads together thing that they all fronted, and yet someone that was a part of the royal family said, I feel like I don't want to be here anymore. I can't do this anymore. Ended up breaking down on TV. Like, when you're at the brink at all times, and everyone kicked off about the fact that she cried in an interview, she has got to that breaking point. So I'm like, if they can't help her and they refuse to help her, that's what she says, then I don't. What are they doing? They speak and they say all this stuff, but it's not working within the family. It's not working publicly. They had amazing opportunity to be more modern, to have this amazing woman come and, you know, open them up to all these other things. And they didn't
reject her. That's really made...
No, they didn't.
I know one thing that he revealed, which is quite heartbreaking, I think, for anybody who has grown up with the royals, when he talks about the moment when they had the Sandringham summit, where they were talking about the way that they were hoping they'd be able to do their own jobs, but also be able to represent the royal family and continue to work for the Queen. And he talks about William shouting at him in that meeting. And it was a real sort of insight into brothers and how brothers can disagree. He also talks about the fact that he felt that the privacy case played a big part in Meghan miscarrying their second child, which obviously she miscarried, and then they went on to have a successful third birth. There are a lot of things that have come out within this, and there's a lot of mental health, there's a lot of issues regarding cultural differences, the way that we will deal with things as Brits and the way that the Americans deal with things. There's big clashes, cultural clashes, clashes with race, clashes with her being an outspoken woman. I think in order to be able to fairly assess them, perhaps, is to watch it and come to your own conclusion. I mean, will you guys be watching those final 3 episodes? Yeah. Hands up for you?
See, a lot of no's
It's
there.
a half and half.
Yeah, there are also no's.
Don't worry, I'll watch it for you.
If you could just tell me, what do they want? You've watched it all. What do they actually want?
I think there's probably a lot of frustration regarding, you know, you don't complain, as you talk about the royal family motto. You don't comment, you don't complain. And I think they just wanted to do things differently and actually tell their story. And through doing this, they are giving their version of events so people can have a fair assessment of what they believe happened.
And I don't think they're saying they're bad. They're just saying they took a different route.
Oh, gosh. Meghan talks about the lovely relationship that she had with the Queen and all that. And that
Shut up about it.
All right, we've got to anyway.
That is not a clappable moment.
And that is why we love you, Karen.